You're on camera. Look at you go with the weapon.
I am the most confused I've ever been in my life right now.
Hi, I'm Christopher Barrera. I was in the United States Air Force for 6 years. I was a ground radar maintenance tech. I did have an opportunity to go to Afghanistan for 6 months. The days are long when you're deployed. Like you're running 12s, and it's feast or famine as far as our job goes. If everything's running smoothly, if we're very good at our job, we have nothing to do all day. So the big thing, at least in our shop at Eglin, was like, oh, bring a computer and then we can play things. If we got an alarm from the equipment or if there was maintenance to be done, we go do that. But if you've ever deployed, you know how it is. You're killing time for however long you're there, and you do it any way you can. And gaming was the big thing for us.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Tharp. I'm a technical sergeant in the United States Air Force. I'm also a ground radar technician. I think for a lot of us now, it's gaming. But when you're deployed, if you don't have something else to do, whether or not you become a gym rat or whatever you want to do, you just make it way worse on yourself, I think. So yeah, I saw that you guys were doing those Vetrofits. Wrote a what I thought was good essay. I don't know, lengthy essay at least. Chris had kind of stayed back in Arizona and gotten on some hard times and sold his computer and such. And I was like, well, this seems perfect because we need to get him back in on it. And you can kind of tell when he is on, he's like, yeah, I can't play anything, and all that. I was actually, call it fake deploying when we finally figured that he was gonna come live with us again. Got the call when I was in BWI, yo man, I need some help. I'm like, just drive with whatever you got to Sarah and we'll figure it out. And he helps us with our son. My son has autism, and he, that's not really easy to deal with if you're outside of it and don't have a vested interest, because they are your own son, but he's pretty much a second dad to him. Just really wanted to get the gang back together as much as we could from Eglin.
Yeah, that's right. I had no idea any of this was happening at all. Gaming being such a kind of community activity for us and our friend group, it really wasn't fun to be disconnected.
Yeah, happy birthday, Uncle B.
Just seeing boxes either about to be shipped out or just come in isn't super out of the ordinary. So I get home, there's some boxes, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Those are for someone else. And I'm about to, go to my room and put my stuff down. And then I see Jeremy's holding his phone in front of his face, and he's like, hey, I need to get this on camera. And, your friend starts recording you. There's one of two ways that can go. It's going to be something that is either really cool and they want your reaction, or something super funny is going to happen to you that they want to be able to show you later so you're not as mad. He was like, hey, open those boxes. So I'm like, okay, I'm opening his boxes for him. This is weird. Opening gaming stuff. I'm like, oh wow, this is nice. This is really cool. And I'm getting from his tone that he's like, wow, this is really good for you. This is cool. Look at how cool that thing is. I'm like, yeah, this is great, but these are your boxes. And then it finally hits me that oh, this is a thing that's happening for me.
This is from my efforts and Romano and Brown and Andy, by the way.
What did you guys do?
Obviously, we reached out to our good friends at StackUp.org, and they judged you worthy.
Once that happened, I started feeling a little bad, and I was like, oh man, I should have reacted way bigger. This is the coolest thing that's ever happened to me. And I just was bumbling around opening boxes for 5 minutes.
And it was worth doing the surprise, I think, instead of just hey, by the way, here's a computer coming to you. I think the surprise, at least for me, was a pretty good payoff.
I had a bunch of close partners that work with Fractal Design and that worked with us back when I was with CPU that I knew I could call and they would send stuff right away. I wanted to start with a foundation of a solid computer, and then just upgrade the parts. Like if we couldn't get some really fancy memory, then we would just move on. We'd have kind of a basic set of memories. So we had a budget. We said, let's build this PC right now. Fortunately, I was able to get a lot of upgrades. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people came through, and it ended up being a really cool system. I'm really proud of it.
Obviously, Fractal was kind of a number one through this. EVGA came out and supported with some peripherals. We had Gigabyte come through big with the GPU.
HyperX sent us a kit of RGB memory, and it was faster than the kit that I had spec'd out. Patriot also, in addition to the headset, they sent along the SSD, so it's like a terabyte SSD. I know what it's like to game on a decently spec'd PC, so I had a list of things I wanted.
Video games are here for us. They're part of our experience now, and like we've talked about, like they keep a close community. I don't think without gaming, I mean, I'm sure we would have kind of slowly split up. Thanks for making it all happen.
Just wanted to say, like, this is legitimately the coolest thing that's ever happened to me. I never expect anything to kind of break so hard in my direction. So even now, it's been a few days, I'm still just in awe. I'm still savoring, peeling the little protective plastic off of the new hardware, because that's one of the best things in the world. So I can't thank you guys enough. This is truly life-changing.
Like, don't fake it.
I really appreciate the work that StackUp does. It's something that is near and dear to our hearts at Fractal Design, and we appreciate the opportunity to do something to give back to people who've sacrificed. Words can't even express what you guys have done for us, and we just wanted to kind of pay it back a little bit. So thank you.